And then I saw it on YouTube.
And producer Jamie.
Yeah. Man, I didn't even know Jamie, and I was like, man, I hope I meet a guy named Jamie.
Apparently Jamie has really big balls, he told us earlier.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, hopefully he proves it later.
One will never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, like, very average sized balls, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't taken, like, a big census.
Yeah.
And, like, measured them with a lot of other dudes, but, I mean, I would assume.
Can you compare the ball size to something?
Probably like an apricot seed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were going for the whole apricot. I was
No.
like, wow, is that like a peach? Like
that would like need medical attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there were 2 peaches, like yeah.
No, I'm talking about like just the seed.
Oh, okay.
All right, same here. Then I also have average balls.
Yeah.
Because we don't.
I haven't had like a woman ever like compliment like, "Whoa, those are awesome balls," or "Those are like huge."
Have you ever seen a pair of balls that you're like, "Those are amazing balls"?
No, balls are weird.
Balls are weird. They're pretty ugly.
Yeah.
But the dick's cool.
Yeah. Certain people.
If it's down to see either shaft or balls, I'll see shaft every time.
Every time.
Balls are hideous.
Down.
Balls are scary.
It's kind of like my ovaries. Like if I pulled my ovaries out and I was like, "What do you guys think?" You'd be like, "Ah."
That's an amazing trick.
No, I've never done it.
Yeah.
One day I might try it.
That's a stage show. Like.
Whip it out.
Hey, can I tell you one thing that I saw a stripper do once? I saw her lactate on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have seen that myself.
Like, you've known a girl that's her, like, act? That's,
Yep.
Why is that? Like,
She was crazy. I don't know.
it was, like, deliberate, too. It's not like she was just like, oops, where'd this come from? It was definitely like,
Yes.
But to her,
here comes, guys. Like,
she was making White Russians, so it was
Yes.
appropriate in the club.
I know another lady in South Carolina when I worked there, that her and her daughter could put matches on their nipples and do
They
a
did
dance.
like
a mother-daughter match dance.
Whoa.
Were they on fire, the matches?
They would light them. They would put them on and then light them.
Like, I'm not
Like,
worried.
happy birthday. Yeah.
The
Here's my
matches I'm
daughter.
not offended by, but it's the mother-daughter. Like,
Well, of course, yeah.
you got her, like who was the deciding factor? Like, did the mom go like, you should do this? Or was she like, Mom, I should do this?
Yeah, I should have asked more. At the time, I was like, and that's all I could do.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me years to go, what? I should have asked more questions.
I feel like they
Yeah.
just showed up to the same job interview. They're like, "You're here too? What? Okay, let's do this."
There was another girl in the
I have a
South
funny story at Christmas.
that danced for her she called him stepdaddy. And she goes, "This is so funny." Afterwards, she told us all.
Are you into that? Like the step porn?
Incest?
No. Yes. You into that too?
That's
oh my God,
why we're
I
here.
am so into it. You should come home and see my family.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all freaks.
beautiful.
No, I'm kidding.
Can't keep it in your pants. Keep it in the family. No, but the step porn, that's like a big trend in
Really?
2017, right?
Step porn?
Yeah, where like you're fucking your stepsister or your stepbrother.
Oh my God, my stepbrother's gay, thank God.
Oh.
No pressure.
So you don't have to fuck
I don't
him.
have to fuck him. Sorry,
Right.
Andy.
Dude.
Not fucking you.
Good.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a dream about my stepsister once.
Really?
Yeah, like a naughty.
Naughty.
Yeah. But it was weird where it was like I didn't know it was my stepsister until like the very end of the dream. Or
She
the
was like, rip.
like it was one of those where I was like, it was like a doggy style position, so I just got like the back of the head, and yeah, like as soon as she like turned around, that's when I was like, oh shit, and then I woke up.
She
That's
turned around and
crazy.
she's like,
Yeah.
"You're on my side of the room again," and you're like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm telling mom. Like, ah!
How old were you when you became stepbrother and sister?
We were 6 or 7. Pretty
so
early.
pretty young.
Yeah.
And how did
Definitely.
how did she react to you telling her about this dream?
Oh yeah, of course. I told her the next day, and she was like, "Wow, that's awesome," because I had a dream about you too.
Nuh-uh.
And then we fucked.
Whoa!
No, we didn't.
Wait,
No.
they made out. They didn't fuck. That's
Mhm.
that would be creepy. That would be
No,
weird.
she. No, I never told her until just now. She's clearly watching.
Definitely. Is she? Because you said prior off camera, we did a little pre-interview because we are professionals
yeah,
here
yeah.
while we're boozing up. You said you have perhaps an exotic dancer in the family.
Oh yes, let's.
Yeah, another sister of mine.
Oh, different. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the one I fantasized about. This was actually blood related.
Oh, there's
Okay.
the
So it's
line
creepy.
is drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way creepy.
Now we get serious. We dim the lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but she was an exotic dancer for a little bit. I think it was just to buy a car.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where I got married.
To buy a car?
Yeah. I just kept it going. But yeah.
This is why your husband doesn't watch the show, by the way. He doesn't want to hear that shit.
He's like, I knew it! I knew it! I fucking knew it. No, but it was when she was real young. Not too young. But
yeah.
14.
She
wanna
bought a
say-
Power Wheels and...
I want to say 20, something like that. And then she was like, yeah, she kept it on the DL, obviously. Told, like, the family that she was, like, working at Red Robin or whatever. And then suddenly, yeah, she shows up, like, 2 weeks later with, like, a, brand new Honda Civic. And you're like, I don't think Red Robin, like, gives you that much money.
Did she like make payments on it, or was it?
No, she
paid in
said she
full?
bought cash. Yeah, she,
Wow.
like, just went and got it.
Oh, boy.
And then that's when, like, the family was like, wait a minute. And then, of course, she didn't tell, like, our parents. But then I was like, yo, like, I'm not going to judge, but just let me know. And then, of course, she let me know. And I was like, man, I wish I could fucking strip. Like, I'm like a 20-year-old, like, guy that looks like this. Like, this is not what, like, is working at the clubs, right?
No.
Some
Well, unless you're a bouncer.
gay clubs.
Thanks.
You have like a bearish.
Right. Can I be a
you?
plus-size stripper?
I don't know.
Do they have
Part of the bear
those?
thing.
They have some girls that are pretty chunky now.
Right, but men,
Yeah.
do they have men that are...
I don't
It's
think
always
so.
Magic
It's very
Mike.
sexist that way.
Yeah,
The
fuck
men
ladies.
have to be on point.
It's always the
women
Magic
can
Mike
have-
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
But so your sister came home with the Honda Civic after 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Of work?
so she made like enough to buy a car in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Jesus. At least,
I
at
don't
Does
least
that
have-
sound right, or is that like...
Yeah.
That's
No.
high.
Is
That's
she
high.
doing more than like just
I
stripping?
don't know.
You can let me know. Like, I'm not going to judge her.
All right, it's a different time than when I was 20, but
This was also probably at least 10 or 15 years ago, too.
But at least, by the way, she didn't come home with kind of like a Bentley or something, or
Right.
Because then you're like, oh, she was
Okay,
fucking.
that's
She
possible
was
because-
she was
more
definitely
than fucking.
putting it in the beehole.
it was
Yep,
pre-recession.
Right. Yes, this was... We were living large, for sure.
Yeah, we did make more then, and
Mm-hmm.
she's probably running a fine line there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. She did like the escorting stuff where she wasn't really doing the clubs.
It's possible to make a lot doing that. My one
Yeah.
friend made $20,000 back in the day.
There
doing
you
that.
go. In how
Yeah.
much time?
A month.
There you go.
Yeah. I
See?
never did that. I always thought I would be killed or something.
Well, you have a bouncer, I would assume. Like,
Yeah, I just don't want to do that.
Right.
But so your sister would go as kind of in a group of strippers?
yeah, there would be like a flock. So it would be like
flock.
her and
Like
then like
sheep.
probably at least like 2 or 3 other girls that would all like roll together. And yeah, it'd always be for like bachelor parties and stuff like that.
That always, anytime a group of strippers comes up, I always just feel like, I remember the scene from Requiem for a Dream. The girls have to go butt to butt.
Yeah.
I don't know that movie.
Right.
Well, you don't
like
have to know
with
the movie.
double-sided dildo.
Yeah.
They do the yeah.
For Asian businessmen.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they pay well.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You guys were showing on another episode that that massager, not the Asian massager,
Oh yeah,
but like
it's like a
the wand thing.
Oh, yeah, the Hitachi.
Yeah.
Magic wand, yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
When I was watching that, I was like, oh shit, my stepmom had one of those,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
and it totally
funny.
like made perfect sense now. Like I
Because
did,
it smelled like pussy?
yes,
Okay.
Did it? Oh my god.
She slept
mean,
with it on
and-
her pillow, just the pillow next
and
to her.
it
It's
didn't
like, I
smell like
love-
hers.
Oh,
That's a real big
Weird.
twist.
that is a good. Yeah, I like this. Back to the incest.
Yeah,
right
so-
back in.
Bam.
Bam.
Nah, I never fantasized about the stepmom. Nope.
No.
Oh, that wasn't even your mom. That was the
It was
stepmom.
my stepmom. She had the wand. She probably still does.
Yeah, those things are amazing.
They last, yeah.
Really?
The craftsmanship on those things, come on. Right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you squeaking in your chair?
Oh, I was. Sorry. Okay, I'm better.
Yeah. Just don't move at all.
I know. I can't move. I'm bad.
Prefer it if you didn't.
Yep.
Just stay still.
So
Jamie
what
just
about
has
you,
one
Erin?
streak of blood coming down.
When was the last time you did stand-up?
Last time I did stand up was a couple of Tuesdays ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've been doing stand up since 2003. I started at the Comedy Store in Hollywood.
That was the first club?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I might as well start at the best club
Well, I took a writing class, and our graduation was the Belly Room.
to do like 5 minutes or...
I don't remember. Yeah, something like that. But
Did you talk about like being a stripper? or-
no, I talked about my dog and growing up and my mom and stories from Ohio. Producer Jamie's coming over. What's happening now?
I'm just trying to see what that sound is. Sorry.
Oh,
we got-
Keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking like I'm not
Pretend
here.
like
Yeah.
he's not here.
You should be wearing like a full green bodysuit.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Next
Oh,
week.
it's like you can't see Jamie, huh?
Where is
I
it?
mean,
Where is it
no.
coming from?
No, I can see him, but
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a digital bloodhound right now, just trying to sniff out that noise. Is that it?
There he is. There he is.
Good.
No,
It might be.
I started because I was in acting class a lot. I love theater. I love being on stage. Like, I joke about, give me a stage anywhere, like
Right.
a stripper stage, anything, and I'll
You'll take your top off on it.
just like a
What's
whore
that?
for attention.
Nice.
Just give it to me.
Yes.
Yeah, and so my acting teacher was a little Jewish lady. She scared me. She was old. She was like, "That's it. You're doing stand up," because I would always interrupt class.
That doesn't sound very Jewish.
No. Yeah. Okay. So she told me about this.
Let's get your Jewish impression
Yeah,
now,
I want to
Daryl.
hear it. I want to hear it.
I don't know how she said. That's it. You're doing stand. I don't know.
Do you
I'm not
do
good.
This is quite an unofficial kind of like James Lipton moment.
Yeah.
Can we hear her right now? Is
Yes.
she available?
Can she come visit us right
She
now?
could come visit. She lives out. She's somewhere. She's on my Facebook a lot. Judy O'Neill.
Very literally.
Do you do any impressions?
Not really. Just an old man with arthritis.
Daryl, do you?
Coming to the stage, he like comes up into the spotlight, you know, with the arthritic fingers and tries to touch you inappropriately, and you're like,
You
no.
also do like a cerebral palsy. That's a quick.
And that goes over well?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
He kills.
He
Derek-
kills every time.
Daryl, are you a master of impressions? Can you?
Can you do impressions?
I do
Who can
a
we
few.
speak
I do
to?
like not great impressions, but a couple.
Well, what do you got?
I do Marvin the Martian.
Oh, yeah.
I did a bit. I still do it where I talk about my girlfriend and how I did like dirty talk with her as Marvin the Martian. And she would like at first not be into it, but then like start to get into it.
Really?
I'd be like, like, I want to suck that puss. You want me to take that Delirium Q34 space modulator and shove it up your dick?
You're
No.
sick?
She had a dick.
Yeah,
I
she
know, I was
did.
confused.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, wait, that's mine.
Yeah.
I have a dick. I would shove it up your puss. Right, exactly. And then she's like, yeah, never say that. But then in the throes of passion, she was like, no, bust it out.
Oh.
You know, like,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
this is, you know, obviously a little fabricated.
Well, you had us fooled. You
Yeah.
had us very fooled.
The illusion of comedy.
I
right?
can do Scooby-Doo yelling in a bottle.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yelling at.
Yipe! Yipe!
So uncanny. So, whoa.
What?
Whoa.
That could have been anything. No.
No, when he's scared and he doesn't want the ghost to hear him and they're hiding, he goes, yipe! And he plugs the bottle so the yipe is stuck in the bottle, and then later it comes out and it goes, yipe!
Is that the dog or the human?
The dog.
The dog has a bottle that he would speak into?
Yes, you didn't watch Scooby-Doo?
Why? The dog can't. He doesn't have opposable thumbs. How is he to hold this
talks
bottle?
And he gets high. And
Yeah.
This is silly.
Yeah, see?
Dogs can get high, and that's a horse, by the way.
That's
Dogs can get high.
that was Mr. Ed, right?
That was Scooby, though.
Yeah,
Good
like,
Mr. Ed impression. I like it.
He would go, wipes.
Wilbur. That's for our
Yeah.
60-year-old listeners or watchers, viewers. I don't know.
My mom watches sometimes.
Yeah.
She's 70.
Big ups to Erin's mom,
Rocky.
Miss Hart.
Rocky.
Rocky.
Loving
Cosby.
it. Cosby.
She's a Cosby, not a Hart.
She has to have short hair if her name is Rocky and
It
she's a
is,
female,
yeah.
right?
Rocky
Yeah.
Cosby?
It's actually Martha Cosby,
Oh, okay.
but she goes by Rocky.
Got it.
Why does she go by Rocky?
We talked about this last time.
Oh, we
that's
did?
right, yeah.
Yeah, because she was
punched
born...
a woman named Adrian.
No,
That also was not the
Right,
movie
she's
Rocky.
born on Stallone's.
Sylvester's
Yeah.
same
See,
year, same day.
I know more about this show than you do.
I just come here, I black out, and then I leave. Can I do that, please? Can I do that? Well, good.
Like, we're like, okay, we'll do it too.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Man, so the last time I was at a strip club, it was horrible.
Oh, I have some reviews about that.
Yeah.
Go on.
There was this, what's the deal with the strippers cleaning the poles and all that beforehand?
That is something new.
I think it's because, like,
Chlamydia?
they know that guys get off on seeing women clean stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. It is something new.
like
that has,
Yeah.
because when I first started, you never saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were just like, I bet that pole's disgusting. And you're like, whatever, wash your hands later. And now they're doing all this shit on the poles. So
It's
now
all
they're like,
sanitary, yeah.
and then you're like watching them like,
It does take a little bit of the illusion out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as sexy.
and there's towels laying on the stage. And, you're
And then
like,
there's a big old fat guy always like mopping up the dollars. Like he can never bend down too. Like he has to use a mop. Like
Yeah.
what the hell?
with a basket, like an Easter basket.
Not
Yeah.
even a broom, it's a mop.
It's like one of those like, you know, Swiffers
Oh, okay.
that like, you know, just I don't know why he can't like be a gentleman and actually pick up the dollars for these ladies.
They're lazy.
Yeah, of course. They're a little overweight. That's,
Yeah, a lot. The weight epidemic, it's hit the
does seem
strip
like
clubs.
it's pretty par for the course to have an overweight guy be your bouncer.
Yeah. And the asses. Have you seen the asses? They're out
On
of
the,
control.
The bouncers? Or?
No, on the dancers.
Oh,
Some of
okay,
them are
yeah.
just like I think they got implants on their asses, and it's not just out and perky. It like went this way and bumpy, and it's like Kim Kardashian but up close and
Right.
bumpy. You're like, what happened?
What about like Cardi B? She was a stripper, right?
I don't.
Was she?
I think so.
I think she was just
She's
on that
a rapper
lovely-
now. She's a,
Oh,
You don't know? You don't follow what the kids are listening to?
I probably know, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know her name.
Right.
Like Wally.
Yeah, it's Cardi B featuring Wally.
I had an aunt. I forgot her name for 3 days. No joke.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm really bad with names.
What's the deal with Cardi B?
She used to be a stripper, I think, but she does have the badonkadonk.
Oh, really?
She does have the ass. Like, not as big as Nicki Minaj, but
Yeah, that's huge.
I think I did see TMZ or something was like showing like some video of her like from the club back in the day, and she was definitely, you know, doing all the twerk
Oh,
contests and
I
stuff.
think I did see something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, what's that?
Those black women, they can definitely
Boy.
go above and
No,
beyond
yeah.
any other race, for
Yes,
sure.
they can, because there's been a couple of
They're
black strippers,
gifted.
and I was like, okay, everybody stop. I just want to watch this for a while.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, that was entertaining.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about where this conversation is going right now.
I love it.
I mean,
I'm all in
I'm
favor of it.
complimenting right now.
It's like when you
Yeah.
hear the sports
It's
commentators
very-
talk about like the black sports
No,
people with
they're
like the
the
quick
white
tip
girls
twitch
are
muscles. I'm like,
kind of boring. I'm
They
not
got the
gonna
flat
lie.
asses, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I always said if you want to be entertained, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna show you some boobs and ass, and we're gonna call it a day. But if you want
No elbows?
and some elbows.
Okay,
But if
sweet.
you want to see like entertainment dance wise, like there's a girl. Oh my God, I saw her at this club. She goes like sideways, hanging on. I don't know if
Yeah.
she's black, she's brown of some sort, but she's like this.
Ethnic.
Yeah, I guess you call it ethnic. I don't know. And she's like this, and she's like that, and she's like upside down, like with
Yeah, it's
writing
it's
a letter
nuts.
home.
It's like a
hanging
Cirque du
off.
Soleil dropout.
It is totally
Just-
Cirque du Soleil.
Again, and the men don't have to do that.
And she barely gets tipped too, because the guys were like,
Yeah, seen it.
and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like,
And were you making it rain or?
I'm broke. I wanted to. I felt it in my heart. I was like, dude.
Throw out an IOU slip. Just
Yeah.
here, I want to give you $20-some.
Has there ever been like a guy that's like, made it work with a stripper that you know of?
Married?
No, that like actually, brought a chick home like from the club or
yeah.
got her out of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she really liked him.
He had a bag full of cocaine
And money.
and money and
No, but
surprise.
I'm talking about like love.
Well, yeah, marriage. I have a friend who got married to a guy that she met in the club.
And wow.
Yeah.
How
If
long?
it's love, I don't know, but he's rich and she's putting up with him, and now she has a business of her own and very successful. I saw her on a billboard actually with her business, and she's doing very
What's the
well.
business?
I can't say because she'll freak out.
It's that cool.
It's that cool, yeah. But she is doing very well, and it's all because she married that guy. And I think he's a douche, but whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like love at all.
No, but that sounds like a lot of marriages in
I'm talking
Southern
about
California, doesn't it?
That's the thing I hate about strip clubs. It's I never can get over the facade of like, oh, this girl's like, pretending to really like me. I'm like, save it. Like, I'm all about seeing your titties and all that, but you don't have to like play the like, I'm so into you. This is so hot that we're like here at this moment and that you have like sweatpants on. Like, that's so cool. You're
yeah.
like, no,
I
it's
don't
not.
think
I
there's
can
anybody
clearly.
love. Yeah, not that I'm aware.
Daryl, how often do you go to a strip club?
I don't go that often. The last time I went was for a bachelor party down in San Diego, and I was literally in it for 15 minutes before we got kicked out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like I was in there. We were all having fun. We were clearly drinking all before this, so we were already lit. And then we're in there for like literally like a dance and a half. And then like one of my buddies like, hey, come out onto the patio with me and smoke a cigarette. And I'm like, okay, sure. So we go on the patio, and instead of a cigarette, he meant weed. So he like pulls out a pipe, and before he even like, hits it or anything, the bouncer's straight up like, you two, out. And I'm like, what? What? Huh? And he's like, you're about to smoke weed, aren't you? And I'm like, what? No. And then I see my buddy like holding a pipe, and I'm like, God damn it.
You're like, yes.
I was.
Yeah.
For a
But
second, you could have thought it was going to go the other way. Like, you two are about to smoke weed? Come back to the VIP room. You're the two coolest guys
Right.
here.
come share it with the ladies. No.
What?
And it was straight up like, yeah, get the fuck out. And then it was like, I was like with 10 other dudes. So it was me and this other guy that got kicked out. And then, of course, we're like telling our buddies, like, hey, man, we got kicked out. And they're like, yeah, sucks to be you. Have fun.
Aw.
So we ended up just like, yeah, taking an Uber home back to like the hotel and just,
Getting high by yourselves?
yeah.
And watching
Yeah.
pornography.
And in retrospect, I was like, man, that probably was better.
You probably saved a lot of money.
Yeah. And I was already like, yeah, way drunk. So
Yeah.
I probably would have made a bad decision or two.
You go to a strip club. What do you do? Do you get the lap dances? What do you do?
I didn't. I don't know. One time when I was like 18, I went to San Francisco and we went to a strip club up there, and I got a lap dance, and I don't know. The
Transgender?
perfume was way overpowering.
Oh.
I think that's what like kind of got me out of it. It's just, and again, yeah, she was like too forceful. I don't know.
What?
The women that I approach kind of don't like me, and I like that.
Let's keep it like real
I
life.
like
Yeah.
them to run really
Yeah.
far.
Right, exactly.
Can I chase you in a corner, please?
I want them to feel like very upset that they're showing me their boobs right now.
Maybe you smell the BO from the nervousness, not perfume.
And I don't know what it is too, but like there's always like the oldest stripper that is in love with me. It's always the one that you're like, really? Like, out of all the girls, it was you that were like...
Do the older strippers, do they do more? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I've never really, like, been into her long enough to be like, yeah, let's see what you have to offer.
I knew one that did and one that didn't, so.
I almost wanted to be like, here's $1 to just keep your clothes on and go, like, do something else.
$1.
What's
Maybe
too
more.
What's too forward as a stripper? How is a stripper approaching you? You're like, oh, no, I can't. I don't even know your first name, milady.
And then when she's automatically going like, you're super cute. You're so awesome. Like, do you work out? I'm like, clearly, are you blind? Like, when was the last time I worked out? Please tell me.
My friend's favorite line. Oh my God, you've been working out.
I want to be like, save it. Here's $1. Let me see your boobs.
I do feel like there's a stripper like flow chart, just like tech support, where it's like you got to even ask just the question, are you turned on or whatever? You know what I mean? Just there's that whole thing just going down the list. Like, oh, you go to the gym a lot, huh?
Yeah. Do you have a script? Do you have like a rap?
Yeah.
Or
stupid.
I mean, did you have a rap?
Have you been here before? How many times do you come? And then they usually go, I'm not a pervert.
They say like, not yet.
Oh, no. They think I'm judging them, like they come there a lot. You know, like
Well,
they're
I would hope they do.
What do you when you used to see customers come in all the time? What did you think about them? Giant losers?
Money.
Money. Oh, you just see a bag of money walking in.
I was like, how many dances? Okay, that's a 3 for 30.
And is it true that like the dances are shorter? Like those songs seem like they're not like...
Not on certain days, I found out. Certain days they would make it longer.
Really?
Tuesday mornings?
Well, like Sunday
Like an extended
or afternoon, it's longer.
Like I want to get a dance to like, Peter Frampton's like,
They would cut it.
live album.
Yeah, they would cut.
Yeah, of course.
Like techno or something like that.
Yeah, Do You Feel the Way I Do? It's like 15 minutes long and it's like, yeah, let's do that. I'll pay $20 for that.
Like here's the organ solo. Like, yeah, good. 5-minute solo right here. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's been your experience. Have you had other experiences at the strip clubs?
I'm trying to think, like, there was this one time I used to work at Disneyland, and one night after work, like, a bunch of us decided to go to this strip club, like, that was kind of near, and, like...
Still dressed as the characters.
Of course, clearly.
Oh, fucking horny Goofy. Just, yuck.
Of course, I want to get my dick sucked tonight.
You also do a Goofy.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Oh, that was Goofy?
I don't know who the fuck they are.
You're like a good cartoonist.
Yeah, no, but So, like, there was this guy that was, like, talking about it at work, like, oh, yeah, I'd never been to a strip club, and he was clearly gay, which is fine.
Oh,
but everybody else was like, he hasn't been to a strip club? Well, we're taking him tonight. And you're like, dude, I don't think he wants to, like, he's going to want to ask about their, like, manicure and stuff.
You'll
How
be
did
like...
it go for him?
But that's the thing. So we go there, and everybody's having a good time, and then everybody decides, like, let's just, like, hang out for a while. And then, like, he gets super into this one girl, and then, of course, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe he's not gay. And then, yeah, he goes over to this, like, into the champagne room or whatever. And then, like, maybe a half hour later, that same girl that takes him back there, like, comes up, like, in a huff to, like, all of us and goes, like, I don't know, like, who's gonna do it, but someone owes me $80.
Oh.
And we're like, oh, what? Like, he apparently went back there for, like, 4 or 5 dances and then was like, oh, you gotta, like, pay? Like,
oh, my God.
and then didn't have any money to give her. And then, of course, now suddenly she's like, I don't care who's paying me, but somebody, you were with him, so...
Send an invoice to Disneyland.
And then, of course, and then our bouncer was like, yeah, somebody's paying her. And then,
Wow.
of course, yeah, all of us were like, well, I'm glad I paid for this guy's dance, not my own.
That sucks. You paid for the gay guy's dance.
Yeah!
I like the idea of him dressed up as Mickey and not paying, and then the bouncer just like punching him in the stomach in the back, just working him over.
There's another one.
Fuck you!
What did you do at Disney?
I was a character, yeah. I was,
you were?
yeah. I was Pluto, Buzz Lightyear, Eeyore,
Wow.
a bunch of different...
You look like you could have been just one of the people on the Pirates of the Caribbean, just in the background in the scenes.
Sweet, an animatronic? I could have been a robot? That's tight.
Do you remember our one guest, the stripper girl that was Disney?
I do.
Yeah.
That was
No.
a Disney
I
what?
don't.
She was a Disney worker, red hair, little. She does the cam stuff. I said,
Oh,
"What's
yeah, the
cam?"
one we had the other week.
She was
Yeah.
she worked at Disneyland too? That's tight.
Yeah.
A lot.
Small world after all.
I don't know if you heard producer
Yeah.
Jamie.
Jamie
with
Small
the
world
zinger.
after all.
Jamie from downtown. I like that.
Yeah.
Swished it. Cool.
See,
Yeah.
the comedian.
I actually knew a few dancers that moonlighted at Disneyland.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were.
Where'd they work? Around the area?
Yeah, there's like surprisingly there's like what 3 or 4 clubs like.
Oh, Anaheim has a
Yeah.
ton. Yeah.
And that was like,
I remember there was the Flamingo and then the Sahara and a couple others.
it's like, why can't I
Fritz.
see Tinkerbell's
Fritz.
thong strap?
Venetian.
It's like, that's.
Oh, that's
She
where.
left it on. She left
That's
it
where
on.
Kaylee worked. Was Venetian.
The where?
Venetian.
Oh, the Venetian in
In
Vegas?
Vegas? Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's right. There's
Anaheim.
one in,
It's right
yeah.
off the 91. They have good sushi.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the way less reputable
No, they have
Venetian.
a really good sushi shop. We need to go and film there.
Hell
please.
yeah.
Just
You
as
should
like
come,
an
Molly.
undercover restaurant review?
Sure.
Undercover restaurant review?
It's well, whatever. It's good sushi. No one believes me, but
Oh, but it's a strip club as well. I forgot about that. Yeah.
but there's like they got written up in like the OC like best
That's
restaurant, whatever
Yeah.
that is review.
Best tits and fish.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
tight.
I would and I
okay.
would like to try it.
I would too, just for the novelty of like having like a California roll as some girls like picking it up with her ass.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's
do
the
it.
least I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I thought it was pussy hole.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I'm what you would call classy.
Yeah.
it's classy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's like the craziest thing that you would do on stage?
I'm so boring on stage.
Like yeah, how?
Okay, I could at one point I could run. This was when there was a big
In those
stage. Yeah,
heels.
Big heels. Run, jump up, hook the pole with my thigh
Whoa.
and spin around. But then my thigh
Like upside down or
No, just normal.
Okay.
Don't get crazy. And my thigh had like black and blue marks on it all
That's
the time.
hot.
So I just stopped. I go, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bruising too easy.
That
So.
does. Yeah, that sucks.
I do feel like that's kind of like where gymnasts go when they find out there's no future in gymnastics. Like, okay. But they're still doing the run up and then kind of the jumping on the pole and
Yeah, I never
the
was in
twirling.
gymnastics, but yeah, I did grow up on a farm. So
Is there any like prerequisite like to being a dancer? Like you have to do at least a little bit of like there's so many like stock moves that every girl does.
no, you just kind of watch what they do and
Oh,
copy each other.
right.
Yeah,
On-
I just
on the
knew I
job
had
training.
good boobs, and I was like, let's go.
And did
I'm poor, good boobs, magic.
were you the type of girl that would like show the boobs like at the parties and stuff? Like you were just that girl that's like, who wants to see my tits?
There's no girl like that, by the way. This is
No.
Daryl's own imagination.
I
Like,
didn't. I
that's the
wasn't.
girl that would just show her
Please
tits
tell
and
me
lick
you
them in
were.
front of you, pour honey on
Maybe
them.
in the early '90s, spring break, driving down
Oh,
the
that's
through
what I'm
Georgia,
saying, like-
we'd flash.
Like
Oh, in
you've
in
never
the,
been at a party
yeah,
where like,
you always go to Florida.
dude,
No, I've
You know
not
what?
been.
The road
They
trips,
bring out
drive
board
on
games.
the East Coast. You drive to Florida, and it would be,
Yes.
they'd be like, "Flash us your titties," because we were driving to Florida. You go,
we're driving the floor.
No, I didn't know that works.
Oh well, if you're in the Midwest and you're going to Florida, and
Yeah.
you're like, "I hate the Midwest because it's cold," and you're so
You're going to
excited.
Key West. You're going
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
So if you're in
Daytona.
Florida and driving, you can just ask to see a woman's breasts, and occasionally.
Around spring break,
'Cause
if
it's
you
spring
see
break, yeah.
a bunch of girls in a car, and they usually have a sign "spring break" or "bust."
Or what a, and you definitely show them the
Yeah.
bus part. Yeah.
And we were all drinking.
And then
except for the
they would
driver.
show their bust, and then they would go back home because it was spring break or bust, and they showed the
Yeah.
and like, all right, we're going
All
back
right,
to
we're done.
Kentucky.
Ohio.
No, when I was in New Orleans, we were just hanging out for vacation.
Oh, that's New Orleans.
And that's the thing, but it wasn't Mardi Gras. It wasn't any time near that place. But yeah, you're in that place, and then of course you say, "I have some beads," and suddenly you're seeing some titties.
Yeah, they do that in
What?
New Orleans.
Yeah, it's just this when
Brandon's like, I gotta go.
it's this when in Rome type of thing
Yeah,
where it's like
and
we're in
everybody's
New
drunk.
Orleans. Yeah, let's show the
It's sometimes the female brain perplexes me because you have some beads, maybe you have like the Girls Gone Wild, the free T-shirt and a camera, and you ask to see their tits, and they're like, definitely, you have a camera and shirts and yes, of course.
Well, let's
What?
be honest. If you had a nice rack, wouldn't you want to show it off a little bit?
I would go with my tits out all the
Yes,
time. That's just
I would
how
too.
I would be.
I would too.
You just go to France and be like,
That's the difference between like men and women is like men would be like, "Hey, I have this great thing, let's show it off." And women are like, "No. You have to like earn it before it's getting presented."
Unless you're in New Orleans. and
Unless
you've
you're in
got
New
beads.
Orleans and you have beads, yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
wish I had some beads tonight.
Yeah. Would you? Well, no. This. Well, yeah. No, it's that. Would you for beads? Would you show us breasts?
If we were in New Orleans.
What if like just off camera?
If we were in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Let's pretend we are.
How about if we were at the Blue Bayou at Disneyland?
Oh my God, I love that
yeah. So exclusive.
Maybe, but we'd get kicked out of Disneyland.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember there was a website called Flash Mountain,
Oh.
and it was just girls flashing their tits on the drop of Splash
Really?
Mountain. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
It's probably still up. Might be a GeoCities site.
Oh.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's a super throwback.
I don't even know what that is.
GeoCity. Forward that link to my AOL, my Hotmail account, please. Horsesack@hotmail.com.
Yep.
That was my actual old
In
Hotmail.
2003.
Nice. What was your first email address?
meherker@yahoo.com.
That's not fun.
That's not fun. Daryl, what do you got?
Mine was D to the W 420.
Oh.
Oh
And I
gosh.
spelled out to the. So it was letter D to the W.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So you were pretty into weed back
I was
then.
balling.
I
Yep.
didn't know you could make your emails all fun and like that.
What?
Sorry.
Huh? It had to be business professional.
No, people made them for me. They're like, you need an email. I'm like, I do?
You're like 14. You're like, what?
No, I'm older. We didn't have computers.
Oh, that's right. That's
I was like 30 when email came out.
It was,
And people are like, you got to get on this web thing. I'm like, what's that? I don't want to do it.
what was before?
no,
the
you were like
internet was
nerd.
Yeah, exactly. You had magazines and you wrote notes to each other.
and you would pass them.
Hey, give it to Brandon. Yeah.
Or fax them.
Oh, yeah. I never could work that either. No.
Not a big fax fan.
No. Phone call.
The
I preferred wax cylinder, but that's just me. I was
You're like,
Do you think you
"Hello?"
could sext with a fax?
with a fax.
That would be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
You do a
I
fax
can do a
impression.
fax impression.
We
Oh,
fax
I can do a
impression.
cow.
Sweet, let's hear it.
Mm.
So uncanny.
Incorporate that
I know.
into your on stage.
Yeah, I
If
can
you ever-
kind of bark really well too, and meow.
Was that a bark?
No, that's a meow. Hold on. Okay, that was a bark. Okay, I can do animals.
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa.
Do you need a farm? I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
You
we're-
could do the
let's-
speak and spell. That's what you could be just the one voice behind the whole thing.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
cow goes. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
like, there.
Someone get Hollywood on the phone, please.
I'll entertain a 2-year-old.
You're like a Frank Welker.
I don't have that.
What? Yeah,
He's
that.
the voice of Fred on Scooby-Doo. And he does all the like.
That is a deep pull. Sir.
Wow!
That is
How do
crazy
you
deep.
know that?
Frank Welker.
I'm a big VO guy, but he does every animal that you can think of.
Really?
Yep,
A llama?
probably. I don't know what llamas sound like.
I don't either.
Yeah, what does a llama sound like?
Probably, I don't know.
In the Hall of Fame of kind
makes
of
sense.
voices or voiceover guys is the guy from Police Academy, the black guy. Is he just
Oh.
one of the?
Yeah,
Is he
Michael
like the
Winslow? Yeah.
Dr. J of voices?
That
Say
guy's
what it is.
amazing.
He is really
Yeah.
good.
I love that movie.
I never knew. Honestly, I didn't know if it was dubbed. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, this isn't even real.
No,
but
it's
he
him.
makes
Right.
the voices.
He does. He does all the like gunshots and like just all that shit.
That's amazing. I wonder if he's still around.
No, he's probably dead. Yeah,
That's too bad.
died from lung cancer.
From
Yep.
doing all that.
Doing too many voices. That's how my grandfather went.
Too many voices.
Yep. Yeah, I used to always do voices. You never did voices? You never
Oh, I
did
can do
anything like that?
a Nazi.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh,
Get
good.
in the shower. I love that one.
I would
every
say-
time.
Excuse me. Get in the sea shower.
That's like a Nazi porno, right?
Yeah.
Less like offensive.
Yes.
When you say it, it sounds like a Nazi gym teacher, though. Get in the shower. You have
You must be clean.
Get in the shower.
Yeah, that's timely.
Yes, it is. It's
a Nazi impression is evergreen. I
Yeah.
always pull that puppy out.
Totally. And good thing you're white.
Oh, I know. In part German, I hear.
That makes sense.
Good.
Just hitting a home run there.
So, you've been to a strip club, right?
That was a very almost
He's
like
like,
the,
let's change.
you're
the
like a
subject.
Byron Allen of pimps.
Let me
So
make
you've
some
been to a
more-
strip club, and
Tell me about the last time you were at a club.
I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
to a strip club, and it's not a good experience. I'm not a good.
Oh.
By the way,
Is it? Is it because of your your dysfunctions or?
oh boy, we're getting right into this.
Oh.
My dysfunctions, mental and erectile, and yes.
Is that like a turn? Is that like an insult? If you were like dancing on a dude, and he wasn't hard,
No, I don't care.
you don't care at all.
She likes money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
an
is it
insult
true
if
also?
he doesn't tip.
If that you can leave at any time. Like if you were like genuinely into me and I was into you, and we were vibing, and I was like, hey, why don't we take this outside?
In that voice.
Yeah, in that voice.
In that creepy guy voice.
No.
Yeah.
What if I said it? Hey, why don't we take this outside?
Most places have managers that wouldn't
So you're
let you.
like you have a shift.
Yeah.
Okay. I get
There
it.
are some places where you can come and go, but most places you have a shift.
Do you ever feel the urge to lap dance? To kind of harken back to your old stripper career, just feel like, oh, I still got it.
Yeah, like with your
Yeah,
husband and
just-
you just get freaky.
No, more with my friends, joking around.
Oh.
Like if we're drinking and I'm like, hey, I'll
Oh,
give you
right.
a dance.
You ever just look in the closet and the
And then
the glitter heels and
Do you still
I'm
have your
broke.
outfits?
A couple of them. Yeah.
a couple you
Here?
hung on to?
No, not yet.
It's like a football player hangs on to his jersey. It's
Yeah,
like,
the
you know, one
jersey.
day.
You hang them
day.
from the
Says heart
rafters.
on the
Little,
back.
the G strings and everything.
I threw them up. They stuck to the ceiling.
She's an
Nice.
all-star.
Nice.
Nice. It's a classy room.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a shame.
How much would be an average night?
I always did between 300, 500, somewhere. in there.
Wow. And for
But
not
there
not
are
8
slow-
hours.
Yeah.
8
There-
hours.
Yeah, there's slow days too. I mean, there's days
Where you can eat all the sushi you wanted, or
Yeah. Well, where you would make hardly 100 or something,
is there a minimum where you get paid no matter what, or? Whoa.
No. There's times when I've known the least I've ever made is $20.
The whole night.
The most I ever made was
Does that feel worse than bombing?
oh, it's bad.
That sounds worse than bombing.
Yeah. Well, it's right there with bombing. Yeah, they're both suck bad. Sucks hard.
What do you do after that? Do you just think about throwing the nip
Drink.
tassels?
You just drink.
Throwing in the nip tassels with the towel?
Yeah, you think about that, and then you're like, I'll just go try one more time, and then next time you make 900, you're like, what?
Tight.
It all kind of balances out, you know.
Do you talk to yourself in the mirror, try to pump yourself up?
I usually go
I'm
get
gonna
a spray
shake-
tan, and
Yeah?
it makes me feel better.
Okay, yeah. You try to,
Spray tans always
and then
help.
then when you go in the next, are you trying to shake your tits even harder, like maximum velocity tits, just earning it? You know what I mean?
That would hurt.
No
I just-
pain, no gain.
You just get a spray tan and try to feel good about yourself.
Do you reveal your stripper name, or was it Erin?
Kelly.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Why Kelly?
Because I got tired of people saying, that's not your real name. What's your real name? I'm like, fuck it, Kelly.
So it was like exotic before.
Skylar,
Like
Darren.
Sapphire.
Darren.
Yeah, 'cause
Darren.
it sounded like Aaron, and I figured I wouldn't miss the stage.
See one with a
I've never-
man's name.
Yeah, I've never met a girl Darren.
Yeah.
Please welcome Bruce to the stage.
Mortimer.
I'm Bruce. Yeah.
Because I kept missing the stage in Vegas because I was, you know.
What songs would you dance to?
White Zombie, Highway, what was that, 66? I love that
Mm-hmm.
song. Tool.
Hey, my pizza's ready.
There we go.
I love
Bring it on
Tool,
in.
And
Tool seems like a long song.
they would cut it.
The radio edit, of course.
Yeah. They would always cut things like
So
that.
it wasn't like Sunshine Lollipops or anything like upbeat. It was all like slow,
Rock.
sad stuff.
No, I liked rock.
Rock, like,
White Zombie's not slow and sad.
no, it isn't.
What is White Zombie?
Rob Zombie's, like, he did his, he used to be a rock star before he was a director.
Director? Yeah, I don't know White Zombie though.
You don't?
Did he
That
do?
I am the one.
Is that Dragula? Dragula.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. The Rob Zombie song. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But his band was called White Zombie.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had a
his
female
brother had
bass
a-
player.
Oh, yeah, his brother had a band, Power Man 2000.
5,000.
5,000.
5,000. Was that the I Will Walk 100 Miles?
No.
Damn it.
That's
No.
a different duo.
Damn it.
Wow, no. My friend slept with the drummer from that band, and I met Rob Zombie that night.
You sleep with him?
No, we just talked.
He goes by Bob Zombie behind stage. You know him. He's Bob.
He's very nice.
Bobby Z.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, that was cool.
What'd you talk about?
Water bras, because they were big then.
All right, those were a thing.
They were.
What?
Did you have the Wonder Bra
No.
ever? You probably didn't need it,
No, I had the water bra. Had water in it.
which made them.
That was
Bigger?
the beta version of the Camelback. That was the first Camelback. You could open it up.
Yeah, you got
That was-
thirsty.
Yeah. Okay. What the hell is a water bra?
It was from
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret, and it had a little
Actually
pouch
had
of water.
packs in it.
Did you fill up the water
No,
yourself?
it just always stayed there.
You couldn't wash it, I assume.
You could wash it, but not the dryer. Yeah,
Why water?
make
So-
it fuller.
But it's
But also, like, make them look real.
Yeah, like they move, like the ocean.
yeah. Check out the titties on that current.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a high tide.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. The water bra.
That's a C cup wave there. Double
Hey, do you think
Ds.
they're going to start selling bras for dudes soon?
They should. I think they do. Jamie,
This is
can you
more
look
of
that up?
your area.
Right.
No, I think they
Should
do.
I be like a social justice warrior and like try to demand them fit me a bra at Victoria's Secret?
I'll look.
And then say like, oh, you guys aren't gender fluid? Like, what's the fuck? Like, you're gonna like not have a man like wear a bra? Like,
I bet they will. I bet they'll allow it at this. I bet.
Of
I mean,
course
they'll be
they
very
would.
accepting of it, just in terms of.
I gotta be serious though. I can't like.
They'll want you to.
Bras
They'll want you to
for
buy like
men.
a.
Buy online. Man bra. Here you go.
I bet they'll want you to buy a full set.
Comes
like,
in all
get
colors.
the bra plus the thong.
That looks fake.
Yeah, that does look.
This And they come with panties set too.
Now this
Come
kind
on.
of you could do,
well, you
but
gotta
That's more of
kinda
a
match
sports
it.
bra, which I get.
well, that's a
could-
guy with boobs.
Yeah. It's hot.
That's what I always thought was weird with the guys with the super muscular pecs. They just kind of look like small tits at some point. I'm like, that's good? Is that what you want?
Here's my favorite.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Okay.
We can't see it.
No.
Not really. You could go up to the camera.
Yeah, you can.
Or, yeah.
Okay, I'm coming.
We have Jamie.
Whoa. That is. Yeah, that's kind of hot.
That is kind of hot.
Perfect.
That guy's owning his truth.
So yeah, you can get a bra like that.
I could. What do you think I would be? Like, what size? Like 50A?
Yeah, you're little. That's
Yeah.
an A.
That was just a ploy to get his tit felt.
I know.
And very good.
Really?
And
Now we know.
I'm definitely going to press charges later.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of groping going on.
Yeah, this.
But I
hey,
was drunk and
no
gay.
means no, all right? And I didn't say no. So.
Yeah. That's true. I visited on Yelp, Cleveland. Do you guys want to see the Yelp reviews?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Yelp
Oh,
review
he-
for
he-
Cleveland.
For Cleveland?
No. For the
1
strip
star.
clubs.
Oh, there's a strip
Has
club in
been
Cleveland?
city.
There's actually a few. I didn't even know.
Whoa. They're coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't make fun of Cleveland.
I'm sure they're a great city with lots of strip clubs.
Lots of strip clubs, and there's a comedy festival going on this month.
Nice.
Yeah, I was going to go, but I can't leave right now.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
You could go do the comedy festival.
I will now do it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Hey
that's how
guys,
that works.
hey, I'm doing the comedy festival in Cleveland. Just to let you know right now.
Yep. To be elected, you do have to declare it on a stripper podcast. That is part of the submission
This
guidelines.
is how it goes.
I've already been doing a tight 45 already, right? I assume. I don't know how long we've been.
I don't know. How long have we been doing this, Jamie?
We are at 49 minutes.
See?
Oh,
49 sweet
There you
ass
go.
minutes.
that's crazy. He said he'll tell me at 50, but I was going to say I, but you said it. Okay. This is Charlotte W., like Webb, Charlotte Webb.
Got it.
In Cleveland. Went to this place to start the night for my girl's birthday. We wanted something to eat. Why? Why are you going to a strip club? I guess we want to
Because
go
they
get
have
sushi.
sushi. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have sushi?
Clearly.
I don't think there's sushi in Cleveland. And this place was recommended for good atmosphere and the food.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere? You mean the tits?
Yeah. They have great atmospheres.
The drink were good. Oh, she doesn't know when to use plural and not
She's
plural.
drunk as she's saying this.
No
The
bad grammar on the
food-
internet? I don't believe it. I don't. I want to see that.
The food was terrible, capital. The chicken fingers were very hard. The fries cold, pasta overcooked, not good. Management was uninterested, even though we were spending money buying dances. We just wanted better food. The manager literally just walked away with no concern for how sucky the good was. I think she meant the food.
Yes.
She should be
Not-
more shocked. The manager should have said, "Are you shitting me? You're
Yeah.
complaining about the food, you idiot."
Yes, I
naked
know.
tits in here,
Isn't
yeah.
that funny?
There's pasta and fingers, like chicken fingers, at this place. That's crazy.
I know. There was here, do you want to read one?
Yeah.
Okay, there's Jonathan or Brandon. This is a
Can
2-star.
I read it as Marvin the Martian?
Yes, do. Oh,
We're
that's
gonna
good.
do voices. Yep.
It was a Friday night, and me and my buddy decided to try out Litos. Litos?
Litos.
First off, mostly all of the dancers are either overweight or ugly ducklings.
What?
It's most upsetting. You had about 2 out of 12 women who actually looked half decent.
Ballers.
No private rooms. The VIP area was accessible to anyone. Jeez. And they had a $5 cover charge. What the fuck?
It's not that bad.
$5,
$5. I
Also,
know.
accessible. I think they were just talking about like the handicap ramp up into it. Like, no, they don't. Wheelchair people, they don't deserve it.
And
Get
they
them out of
didn't
there.
take quarters.
Just putting a quarter in the pussy, like you're trying to fill a meter. Just keeps eating the quarters. I don't know if I'm getting more time here.
Has any guy done that like credit card like joke where they like try to?
Oh, they try to do it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have done that to you.
Yeah.
Or the butt
Hilarious.
cheeks. Yeah.
Every time.
I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Like they're the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't know that people have people done the dollar on a fishing line.
Yes.
Like Al Bundy. People have done that to you.
A bouncer when I first started in South Carolina.
That he was hazing you. You know, he's
Yeah.
like trying to break you in.
It was a 5. I got very excited. It was 94.
And you didn't find it odd that it was moving on its own.
I just wanted the money.
There's no.
Why
It's
is
eyes
this
on the prize.
beast in this strip club? I don't know. I gotta get that 5.
Gotta
Yeah.
get the 5.
Would you write a Yelp review on a strip club?
No.
What would?
Unless it was like a really good or bad experience.
Well, that's what these people
Well,
felt
that's what
like,
we
right?
should do. Let's go to Venetian and then we can write a review because we can have the sushi.
I heard there's a lot of women in LA and Orange County that would like jet set, where they'll like fly to Vegas
Yeah.
and just work in Vegas for the weekend, and then just
I used to do
Bone
that,
out.
but I would drive.
right,
Yeah.
make a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Like Showgirls, like what's her face?
Yeah, I never really watched it all the way. It
What?
seemed depressing.
It's too close to home.
Is that, yeah, I started to watch it and I'm like, oh, I can't do this. It's sad.
Yeah, Elizabeth Berkley though, nice.
I liked the Demi Moore one. That was happier.
Striptease, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
She had a nice rack for sure.
Yeah, what
You ever
happened to
see that?
Demi Moore?
No, I just watched pornography. If I was
Brandon.
gonna watch any of those, no, I'm like, I'm just gonna
This
put
was
some pornography, do
this
it
was
right.
Pre-internet, you
Well, I couldn't get access to those movies.
Oh,
Why?
Showgirls
You didn't
or
have cable?
striptease.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not have cable.
Or
and
Blockbuster.
I'm not gonna be like, yeah, hey Dad, can you rent Showgirls, please? I'm doing a book report on the girl from Saved by the
But
Bell.
he grew
No.
up with the internet and he could look up anything. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You could have looked
I was
up
on
those
AOL.
movies.
I dialed up. No, it was just the time when I started on the internet back in my day. It was mainly pictures. You didn't get a lot of video places,
Right.
so I would just wait for the pictures to load.
Load.
Tits first, and then it was like that was actually when the internet kind of had morals. When you get the tits first, like you should, and then work your way down to the pussy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now it's just like they get pussy and asshole just right at once with the tit. No, you get the tits first, warms you up, line by line.
I
And
like
then,
it. I like
yeah,
it.
no, there was
and
something
then
to
as
that.
you're about to come, pussy.
And yes,
Yeah.
back in my day.
What's gonna happen to the like my son?
Yeah.
It was instant gratification.
Have you
now.
talked to him about jerking off? Or?
No,
Why not?
he's 21.
Oh, so he's
Yeah,
clearly.
we're
So-
good.
But
yeah.
you did though, back in the day.
I told him not to use my Epicurean lotion because it's like $40 a bottle. That he needs to use something a little cheaper.
Yeah,
I was
get the
like,
Jergens.
Here's Jergens.
Did
I'm
you
taking back my Epicurean?
did you ever catch him?
No,
Oh,
Never caught
what?
him,
Why
or-
not?
I don't want to
he's
see
slick.
that.
You don't want to see that, but you might because
Never,
he's a
never,
teenage
no.
boy.
Just
No.
to make sure
And
that
he-
like
you
he's
get to
doing
take
it
chances.
right. Like,
Yeah, no.
No, you never even.
I,
But did
uh,
you hear something and you're like, I'm not going to investigate that?
No.
Wow,
I
No.
your
he's
son is
very-
a good son.
He's very private.
He's
yeah.
a very good secretive masturbator.
He doesn't even like me asking
Takes after
where
his
he's going
dad.
now. Yes.
It's after his
So
dad,
he's
who's
still-
also good at
he's-
masturbating in silence.
He masturbates while she's doing the podcast.
Who knows what he's doing?
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I like the idea of your son masturbating and just there's like a decibel meter for sound and he's got headphones on. He's making sure to keep it like under 10 decibels. He's good.
Yeah. That sounds right. I remember one time.
What's
That
right?
sounds right.
Tell me, Dad, what's right?
One time I was masturbating and I fell asleep afterwards,
Oh.
and my mom found me, like literally like still holding my junk, like sleeping.
Oh, well, a lot of boys
not-
sleep like this.
No.
Like my pants though were still around my ankles and
Oh,
stuff. Like,
all
But
right.
so when your mom does see your dick, do you want to be fluffed? Do you want to be like, "Hey, mom"?
Oh,
no,
right,
hey.
like-
or is it okay to just be small?
It's
I'm sure my
we
mom's
gave
aware
birth
how big it
to-
is.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know if it's a grower.
That's right.
Could be a grower.
And I clearly would show her.
Back to incest.
No, yeah.
So what did she say to you?
She did one of those moves where she kind of like just tried to make a lot of noise and pretend like she was still in the hallway. You know, she didn't like, you know.
My sister did that when
Freak
she
out.
almost caught her kid doing something. She was like, she saw it and then she went back upstairs and she's coming down banging on the wall. Hey, hey!
So that's the parenting move that they don't tell you about.
Because they don't want to see it either.
I did that once. I had a friend that was a girl, and I was going over to her house, and she was masturbating in her room.
Did she know you were coming over?
She told me to come over, but then
She
like
wanted-
Sounds like a penthouse letter.
I know.
Yeah,
But I
okay.
totally pussed out. Like I totally was like
How old were you?
24.
Oh, older.
So like her door was open and like her bedroom door was like open just a crack, and I thought I was like making enough noise like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm here." But then like I peek into her room and like, yeah, she's just going to town.
Wow.
But that I like went into like a
And when you
Like
when you
an odds with
sorry,
myself.
When you say go to town, I feel like she's just doing like some city planning. Like she's like, this is where the clock tower will be. Oh, Daryl, what are you doing here?
yeah, she was playing SimCity. And no, but I was thinking like, is this my moment? Like, is this the like where I ask her like, do you need a hand or something? Like, but I totally like pussed out and was like, nah, I'll just like sit in the living room and wait for her to like finish up.
It's like American
But I'm
Pie.
always in retrospect, I'm always like, man, I should have just done it.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you just have to risk
We all
the.
have those regrets. In life.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to risk the sexual assault charge. You know, you just have to be like, hey, it's out here. Oh, okay, the
Right.
police.
And
All
we
right,
were
but
already friends,
I had
so-
to know.
It's not like I couldn't have been like, hey man, what you doing? Like,
You didn't pop your head in. Sup, bro? Yo.
I could have done my famous
Gnarly.
catchphrase like, hey.
Was it awkward after
That's my
that?
catchphrase. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
One word. Wow. Amazing.
It was a little awkward because I did want to like, because she did like come into the living room and she was all like surprised, like, oh, you're already here. And I'm like, yeah, I've been here for a little bit. And like, I think she knew, but I didn't say like, so how was it? Or
You honestly, you never know. But so she knew you were coming over.
yeah, because I think that's the thing. I think she just wanted to like work one in before I got there, and then
All of her front door was open. Her bedroom door was open.
Yes.
Were they
She
always
wanted-
open?
she
and I
wanted to be
knocked and did the
seen.
whole time.
She wanted you to do that.
Sometimes
God
that is
damn
how it
it.
is. Sometimes that is. Add her.
Well, if
is
you're
she on
still out
Facebook?
there, you know who you are. I'll be over in a few.
Want a
In the
second
LBC?
chance?
Yeah,
10 years later.
at least.
10 years later.
Yeah. Have you ever like missed an opportunity to get laid? Probably not.
I don't think
No, she's a woman. No,
That's
but
what I'm
also
saying.
constantly though. She doesn't know constantly. Yes, you passed up a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
No guys turned you down. I mean, that doesn't sound right.
maybe for it to go out, but I never just said, "Hey, let's have sex."
And they were like, no.
I've never asked somebody just for that. It was I'm more old-fashioned that way. Like, if I like you, then we can go out, and I don't know.
Right.
God.
What does that mean?
Wow.
Become like.
Is that like a blowjob on a Ferris wheel or something?
I don't know.
There-
Yeah, that would be.
If
scary.
I may impart, there's this one. When I was in college, I had an ex-girlfriend, and she was staying in a dorm with like 4 other girls, and one of these girls was this hot Armenian chick, just nice ass and like nice tits. And I remember one time I was walking in, and her door was open, and she was just fully nude, just like going like this,
Oh,
and just the
man.
tits were out there. And I remember just seeing it. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I just walked by into my ex-girlfriend's room, and I'm like, she had no idea. But honestly, she probably saw me. She has peripheral vision. She knew. She was literally in her doorway, by the way. And
She
just that sticks
knew.
out in my head. Yeah, that
Do
was
girls
amazing.
do that? Like, do they?
I think some do.
They try to like tempt men.
I think
or-
some do, because I had a friend that did that.
I call it,
Yeah.
like femme fatales.
Yeah.
They use their feminine wiles.
Oh, the wiles.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think there are, yeah. I don't know.
I talked to her afterwards about it, and I'm like, I was super apologetic because I know it, and I was like, oh my god, I saw you naked, and I'm so
You
sorry.
told her?
Yes, of course. I felt guilty about it. I was
Because
raised
you made
Catholic.
eye contact, or
There was no eye contact,
Okay.
but I could see her eyes. She saw me. She knew exactly. In hindsight, she knew exactly what she was
liked
doing.
it. That's, yeah.
And I said, I'm like, oh my god, I saw you completely naked. And she's like, oh well, did
She's
you
like,
like?
"What?"
She's like, well, I don't really care. Did you like what you saw? And I'm like,
She
oh,
said that?
yes.
And what did you say?
And I was like, yeah, I
Did she
did.
wanna
But I was
break
like,
you
yeah,
in?
and I was like, yuck, because I was kind of a dumb nerd and an idiot.
Yeah, I
Yuck.
did.
Did you,
I like
She
boobs.
wanted you to break up with that girl.
Or
She
get
kinda
a
did.
three-way.
Yeah.
She was down for that as well. She was.
yeah.
She
What
was.
about your ex? Was
She
she
was a
ever
goer.
down?
No, not at all. 0.0%. But
Wow.
oof, she would have done some on the DL type stuff.
Again, 10 years later, call her up.
Yeah,
She's
you
married now.
should.
She has a baby.
Well, even
Oh.
better. Her husband's gonna watch the
Better.
kid.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
That's funny.
She's. Yeah. No. So.
We were talking about three-ways on my podcast, Sex and the
What's
City.
the name of it? Oh, Sex in the City. But do you have any
that's-
other
Yeah.
podcasts?
That's your name of your podcast?
It's actually called "You're Such a Sex and the City" podcast.
It is?
with previous
Yep.
guest April Lotshaw.
Yeah, April
Oh, okay,
Lawshaw.
April.
Me and her
Yay.
do the show together.
Oh, very cool. I love April.
That's actually, and by the way, you
She's
have
so
you have
awesome.
two podcasts. You have that one, and you have another one.
And This Comics Life. Yes.
This comics life.
This Comics Life is my solo one, and then April and I do the Sex and the City one.
Oh, very
This Comics
cool.
Life is for everything not Sex in the City related.
Yes.
Just like that. And then there's not much there, but for Sex in the City, you're like, there's a lot.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're both fun. I mean, This Comics Life is more like the just chronicling, comedy, the rise of, all of us open
The
micers.
meteoric rise that we all
Yeah.
experience, the fame, the money instantly just boom, boom,
Yep,
boom.
the hits and misses, all that.
I'm actually doing a paid show this weekend.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Are you taking out your tits or?
No, it's for just my mouth. Comedy.
Awesome.
And are you going to be paid in money or shrimp?
I'm hoping it's money.
Oh my God.
I've
Oh
been
my
paid in
God.
beer a lot. That's tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been paid in beer.
I've been paid in beer, hamburgers.
Whoa.
Hamburgers. Now step
Didn't
aside.
want to flex on you guys.
Wasn't there a comedian
turkey
that
burger.
his catchphrase would be hamburger?
Oh, of course there was. Jamie, can you pull that up?
Where he would
He's
be
not
like,
gonna-
Jamie's like,
Hey,
It'll be 11
Hamburger.
minutes later, and Jamie will have
his
that pulled up.
catchphrase was hamburger, I swear.
It was the punchline. It was the added punchline.
Yes.
It was the punchline. Then after the punchline, he'd be like, a hamburger. And the crowd went nuts for him.
really?
He killed. He murdered.
Yes.
Hamburger murdered.
Yes.
It was something Hamburger Jones.
Yes.
Really?
And he was a monster. Yeah. He was amazing.
Is he still around?
Yeah. Probably not.
He's dead
Well,
too.
the thing is, you have to get, and that's what we are missing, you have to get a good catchphrase after the punchline. There was Hamburger Jones. There was also, and I don't remember his name, but Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack. That was the other guy. Murdered, got on TV. They both had TV spots.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What years are we talking?
The kind of the apex of stand up back in the day. I think the 80s,
80s?
90s. Yeah, it was on Def Jam. Yeah.
funny.
Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack.
Shucky Ducky.
Do you ever think he just tried other animals? Shucky Ducky, horse honk, and it's like, no,
No.
gotta work this over.
No,
This-
it's more like horse neigh,
that's fair. That's fair. There was critiques that came in, club owners. It's horse neigh, but he was like, no, I'm dropping everything. I gotta go a different way. Gotta go my way.
What would be your catchphrase?
Shucky Ducky.
Ooh, what animals are left?
Yeah, like platypus. What do they make?
Can we
I don't
talk
know.
to the platypus right now?
Yeah, you can do a platypus, right?
Yeah.
I would just sing, burr, 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 burr.
Oh, that's uncanny. That's
Yeah.
totally.
I don't know.
Is there a platypus in the room? It's hard to tell.
I want to think it sounds more like a queef. It's not quite a duck, but it's like a watery. That doesn't sound like a queef.
That's post-pregnancy queef.
Yeah, that's a definitely.
I've never really heard. Have you heard just an actual queef just in the wild? I've heard queefs sex-related, but have you ever just heard just an actual?
No.
I don't think they happen.
No,
in,
it doesn't happen.
It's myth,
only
right?
when
It's
the
legend.
air gets up in
It gets
there.
like suction cupped, and it's like
It's odd.
It's.
Yeah.
I actually think it's hot. It's like
It's disturbing.
It's something that they like. It's not because like you can't do it on your own. It's like it just happens.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's not your fault. It's not like you pushed it out. But of course you're gonna be like still embarrassed.
Yeah. I was thinking, yeah. Or like, my husband sometimes will lay on my back and my back goes like that and it'll make that.
Yeah.
Tell us more about how you
we've
had
never-
sex with your husband.
No,
Yeah.
it's just, it makes like a party noise. That's not even sex. That's just what, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
never
been it's
mind.
been so long since we've had sex. We're just like,
Yeah.
what?
Tell us more about
Where
this.
does where do the pieces go
I'm
again?
just picturing him. He always says,
How
quit
often-
talking about these things. It's pillow talk. And I'm like,
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'll just talk about whatever with him. And
While you're boning?
no, when we're in public about
Oh.
things we've done. And then he's like, that's pillow talk.
Oh right. Don't
And I'm like-
don't share it.
Well, yeah.
How often do you guys
A couple times a week.
nice?
Yeah.
I'm
I,
jealous.
I love how you're just like, yeah, so don't talk about it. And they're like, how many times a week? And how long does it go for? Does he get you there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And we've been together 22 years, so that's quite a while.
That's tight.
22 years. Wow.
Mm.
That is a long time.
Amazing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is his balls smooth?
Yeah, tell us about
I
his balls.
can't talk about it anymore.
Okay, don't.
He'll get mad.
Oh, he clearly has.
Somebody
You can
will
lie.
watch this and somebody will say something to him. But they're very nice and lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
Good balls. Okay. Okay.
They're like Jamie's.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, yeah. What can we...
I was like, is that a Seikyo?
A
A
what?
Seikyo.
Your watch?
It's a Casio.
Casio!
Yeah.
Remember
Seiko
from
was...
Plane, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yes.
What did he do? A Casio. At $17.
Yeah, and he sold a curtain rod or
Oh,
the,
yeah, as
the
earrings.
shower rings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He are you not, you didn't watch
You've never
it?
seen that movie?
I love that movie.
I love
Yep.
that movie so bad. I've
those
made
are
love
pillows.
to that movie.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
would too.
I'm an easy target. Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of that movie.
Okay.
I was just, honestly, I was getting horned up. You're talking about your sex life. I'm like, what about that
Yeah.
John Candy vehicle?
Do you guys like?
Talk about his heart problems, huh?
Do you get into like role playing and all that?
No.
What are you allowed to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, what can you divulge?
Did you guys meet at a club? Like, how'd you meet?
No, we were both waiters at a restaurant. And I had quit dancing. Remember I told you about the bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was after the bad guy.
You met like a villain or?
Yep, he tied her up on a railroad
Yeah,
track.
like a Snidely Whiplash.
Yep,
Yeah, he got me
yeah.
into dancing.
You should go into dancing. You have nice titties.
And then I broke up with him and I decided to quit that. And then I started working at this restaurant. My husband was a waiter. I was a waiter. And I always say he was a bad waiter because he was slow. He'd go to each table and ask what they wanted and then go to the kitchen. And I'm like, you have to go to all 5 and remember what they want, then go and then deliver.
That's what attracted to you?
No, I had to
Like
help
he
him
was such a
all the
shitty
time.
waiter. You're like, whoa, this is hot.
And then I like the, I don't know, he's funny and nice, whatever. And then we started going to happy hour a lot. And then we got pregnant.
Oh,
You
whoa.
both got pregnant. Both
Yeah,
of you
I
had a
was not in
simultaneous.
that alone.
Mr. Mom was
So.
based on your husband.
We got pregnant.
We got pregnant.
I said, yeah, you're in this. So,
And then
Yeah.
you decided, well, I guess we should start dating.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys?
And then
How'd
it-
you guys get married?
It was a shotgun wedding.
5 years later in California, well, we were already in California living, and I had the wedding back in Ohio, but I paid for it, so I wanted the wedding how I wanted it. So I had an ice sculpture.
Of what?
I think it was swans.
Mm-hmm.
I had horse and carriage, and we went to a covered bridge for photos. It was the fall, so the leaves were turning.
It's like Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah, and we had, what else? Really nice food and pretty venue, and yeah, it was all how I wanted it.
So magical.
And you were still stripping at this point.
Yeah. Did you strip later that night or?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I paid for it with stripping money.
Awesome.
So, yes.
Good.
So my dad had nothing to pay for.
Did you have like stripper like bridesmaids and stuff? Or?
No, my sisters and my cousin.
Yeah.
They're all in Ohio. Well, now my little sister's in
Stripping.
Chicago. No, she runs a Sephora.
You didn't add any bit of stripper flair to it?
No.
Walking down the steps, something, not throwing dollar bills in the air? Nothing? You had...
No, but I would have liked that. I would have liked that. But Jesus came to my wedding as a spirit. I know it sounds weird. Okay.
He
I
made
won't do
a
it.
rare appearance. It was once back in Nazareth and then a second time
At my
for your
wedding.
wedding.
The shitty part was he wasn't invited.
Yeah, he's a crasher.
Yeah.
He crashed it.
He crashed it. He really
He drank
did.
all the booze.
I was like, get the
Turn
fuck
all
out.
the water into wine, and then he drank it. And
I'm like, I know
Tried
this
to
is a
fuck
church,
my
but
mom.
you gotta go.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
good.
never really thought about getting married.
How old are you?
35.
Oh.
Yeah.
You,
I'm in
Do
the
you have a
same
long-
boat. That'd be women.
Yeah.
They don't want to marry us.
Well,
No?
I mean, I think there was two that were like thinking about it, or were definitely wanting me to pop the question.
Yeah.
But
Well, how could you tell? How did you know?
I
were
think it
they
was
like, I like that ring?
kind of
Really?
not necessarily like picking out rings, but they were definitely like hinting like when we get married, it'll be like this, or
Okay, yeah, that's not a
Like,
hint. That's a
we
declaration.
should go to Europe for our honeymoon someday.
I've never
It's
taken
like,
a honeymoon.
Well, that sucks.
I know, we're
Yeah.
going to do it one day.
Well, you clearly have done it a couple times.
No, the honeymoon.
Where?
I don't know. Tahiti would be nice.
Yeah.
Tahiti.
You really never want to get married?
No, I'm not saying I don't want to. I'm saying no one wants to wed me. In general, they're like, once they find out what I'm about, they're like, oh no, this is bad. This is bad news here.
Are you
They go the other
in your mid-20s?
Into women?
No, mid-20s.
Oh no, I'm 33.
Are you really?
I'm supposed to be a man by
Mid
now.
20s, I know.
I'm
Wow.
supposed to be a man and I'm not. So that's what throws
You're like
women
a
off
boy.
easily. I'm a man boy,
Man, boy.
Yeah.
boy man, whatever, whatever you want. I'm
Man cub.
flexible about the.
Yeah, man, come.
But yeah, so women wanted you to, but you didn't want to marry them.
No, it
Like,
was.
I got to
that's
be
the thing.
Daryl, the swinging bachelor.
My whole point, as I pour myself another drink, the whole.
I wish there was a log fire you could be looking at too, just staring in, just
I just haven't
intently.
found
Jamie.
the right one.
No, that's the thing. I've never liked the idea of like the term settle down. Like I always feel like, yeah, find somebody that's like, all right.
I don't think I like settled down either.
Right. Settle down sounds lame. I want to settle up. I want to like find somebody that's like, wow, I can't believe this girl lets me see her naked.
I like to think of it as like we have fun together and we're like good friends and we just
Yeah.
like I tell my husband all the time, it's so exciting I get to have a slumber party with you like every night.
And I'm sure he loves that he calls it
He
a slumber
hates
party.
that. Yeah, you're wearing footy pajamas. He's like, I want to
No.
fuck your bottom.
I'm
How do we make
naked.
that happen?
It's fine.
It's like, open up the butt flap.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I like that part.
Yeah, how do you like keep it all spicy and awesome still?
You don't see each other a lot. You just, work opposite
Oh.
shifts.
That's perfect.
Absence
that is a good
makes
idea.
the heart grow
It's really
fonder.
true. Like I go do comedy at night or I'll go do this at night or that and then, work and then he's working and then we see each other and we're like, oh my God, you're really hot. I miss you. And then,
Do you ever like try out like dance moves on him?
once in a great while, I did.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I would always feel like I want that, like a, like what Drake says, or what was that one rap song? The freak in the bed, but
Oh,
lady in the
Lady in the
Yeah,
streets, but a freak in the
bed.
sheets or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I'm not black, so I don't know.
Might have been Usher. Might have been a lot of
Yeah,
those
there
guys.
were a lot of. Yeah.
And then no, Drake. He says that he wants stretch marks. He wants a girl with stretch marks.
Oh, that's hot.
Was it sarcastic? What was the?
No,
just
it was
need
something
to-
about
someone to have a baby.
I want some girl that's real. You know, give me a girl with stretch marks. or
That was
something.
Kendrick Lamar. In the
I want to
song.
say Drake or Kendrick. I forget.
Kendrick Lamar. Yeah,
Kendrick.
yeah.
Okay. See,
He has he seems like a good person.
yeah, he's real.
Yeah.
He's from the streets.
He's like, sit down. You know.
He sit down. What?
He says, sit down.
Sit down. Pull up your stretch marks. Do you
Good
like
for
rap?
him.
Do you like rap?
I love rap. I'm a huge rap fan. Yeah.
What
Big
about you? Do you-
old rap.
Yeah, I like some.
Rapperoo.
It's not like I grew up with rock and roll. You know, I'm from the
Clearly.
late '80s, and so it
So
was
you're
all
like
like.
Sugar Hill Gang.
No, I was.
Hip
I love
hop.
Def Leppard. That's my favorite. Always.
Yeah.
You love that what?
I love Def Leppard.
She loves drummers with
Oh,
one
Def
arm.
Leppard.
Yeah, that was my
yeah.
band. But no, I've been listening. You know what song I really like that right now? I think it's funny. I'm a rock star or living like a pop star.
I'm not familiar with that.
There's a rap song out right now. And the one guy's singing about being a rock star, and this other guy with a deep voice comes on and goes, I'm a pop star, living in the hills, swimming in the pool with no bra. I'm like, that's hilarious. You know, just, I guess I'm the only one that finds that hilarious.
They're two rappers talking about being rock stars and pop stars. That's kind of
It's pretty funny.
misleading.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like-
no, go ahead.
Like LMFAO, like they're like comedy rap.
No, they're not like that so much. It's a catchy tune.
Got it.
Yeah.
There, wait. So women have wanted to marry you, and you're just batting them away left and right.
I wouldn't say like tons of women. I'd say 2 women in my life. I was probably dating long enough
How
that
long?
they've.
5 years.
The last 2 relationships I was in one was for 7, and this last one was for 5. I just
Wow.
Oh
I
my
became single
God.
like 4 months ago.
Oh.
So yeah,
Daryl out on the market
Wow.
again. Just
ladies.
Wow. I have a friend
shit.
that's looking for a man.
Well, cool. I'm looking for a lady.
She's Japanese.
Even better.
She's wild and fun.
Does she have great elbows?
I haven't looked at him. I work with her at a
Cool.
salon.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, set me up.
Yeah.
She's been to the strip club with sushi.
Even better. She's down for the strip clubs. Cool.
But so you didn't
No.
you didn't think these women were right?
Well, again, like I felt like
5 and
They
you said
were-
7 years?
they were good people. It's not like it's not like I was like these women are bitches and blah 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 and we.
I feel like they
I
have
hated 'em.
blackmail on you. Like they have your nudes or something.
Yes,
They do. Okay.
I sent lots of dick pics to them.
That's
No, but
Dumb.
they were girls that like had a lot of qualities, but not enough for me to be like, this is someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Did you live with them?
this is
Yeah,
real.
we lived together, and that definitely helps to like decide like, oh yeah, this you really see the true essence
Yeah.
of a person.
Like this woman actually poops. She does poop.
Right.
And it's
No,
like, oh
my last
God,
girlfriend, she never farted or pooped in like
in your
in-
vicinity.
any time when I was around her.
Wow.
I don't know why.
I had a dog like that once.
What?
Yeah.
But I always went in somebody else's yard.
Why?
Anyways, I don't know.
No, but-
It's really good.
I mean, I understand, like, you know, it's
Did you
not
try
like
to
she
make
had to
her
like
feel
put
comfortable?
farts in my face or whatever. Like,
Did you try to make her feel comfortable? Did you
oh yeah, I would fart in front of her all the
just
time.
you shit in a bucket right next to her like, hey, come on, hun. I know you got it in you.
No, I think it was just she
Never in her sleep.
she would do it in her sleep, but of course, like never when I was around or any time in her like presence.
And did that bug you because you wanted to smell her farts because it's like a compatibility thing where
I just
you have to
wanted
like
to
her
know
scent?
she was
Are
normal.
you a dog?
Yes.
Perhaps.
I wanted to know her bouquet, her pheromones.
Yeah, so you wanted that. I don't know if I'm
Well-
a big fan of that.
I'm a fan of like
Of
I'm not
scat
gonna lie,
play.
they're funny. Farts are funny.
You wanted to laugh.
I wanted to laugh.
Like, I don't want to throw in an episode of Seinfeld. Can honey?
Farts are funny.
I'm not saying like I wanted her to fart like all the time or like in like front of my face.
No, you're letting the lid off. You're opening up Pandora's box. Once it's open,
it's more weird if you've never heard her fart, right? Than if you've heard her fart occasionally.
Yeah, no, it's like you're living in some type of a utopia. No, that's great. Yes, I would.
You don't want to hear her fart.
I don't want to hear her fart. I don't want to see her shit. I keep the door closed.
You want
keep
to
everything.
assume that like they don't do that. Women.
If she's shitting, it's got to be on a glass table and I'm under it. That's.
Oh God!
I'm an old school, classy type of gentleman.
Are you like a Danny Kaye or a Danny Thomas or something?
Who?
Danny Thomas. He was a famous actor that liked to get he.
Like R. Kelly, but with poop?
No,
he was
but
the voiceover in the Jetsons.
He
No,
would.
I don't know.
He would go underneath a coffee table that was a glass coffee table, and then he would have girls shit on top of the coffee table. And he would like watch the shit fall onto the coffee table or something. I don't know.
Was this the guy from the Wendy's commercials?
No, he was a famous actor. He was like
Dave Thomas.
That's Dave Thomas. Yeah.
This is all getting
This gives
weird.
a whole new meaning to Wendy's.
Yeah, it does.
He's one of our singles, and
Yeah.
I'm
Never frozen. No, but
That's how the red-haired, the ponytail girl. That's how she got her job. She had his shit on a table.
Yep.
He's the Harvey Weinstein of the fast food industry.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Totally makes sense.
Obviously.
That's just, yeah, I
No,
don't
I'm
know
sorry.
what to
I'm
say.
sorry, but I'm sorry. So Danny Thomas was the voiceover for.
No, he was just an actor. I think he was an actor in the 50s, 60s. I forget what movies he was in.
No.
But yeah, he was like, one of those guys that just had those like famous rumors behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Richard Gere with the gerbil.
Oh, yeah. The old gerbil in the ass.
Well, that's probably untrue, is what I've heard.
I would assume it's untrue.
I hope it's untrue.
Yeah, at least for the gerbil's sake.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Makes me think of South Park with the guy, the gerbil that goes on the journey.
And did you hear about like Rod Stewart and the cum?
Yeah, I remember that when I was little.
No,
'cause I go,
what's
how
Rod
does
Stewart?
semen get in your
Wait a
stomach?
minute. Is this the one where he had to get his stomach pumped of the cum?
Yeah.
That's an urban legend that has passed on. Every generation gets their own.
Really?
And
This
I remember
is pre-internet too. Like, how does this
Yeah.
get around?
I've heard that
Yeah.
about. There was one other one, but I know I've heard that about Little Kim as well. That she had so much semen that she
Really?
had to get her stomach. It's all not
Wow.
true. If you just have a lot of semen, you just get a good.
Yeah,
a
I
good
heard
dose
it's
of
good
semen.
for you.
Good protein boost.
Yeah.
I'm willing to spread that lie. I've also heard it's great for you. Mm-hmm. It's like a full meal.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't want to.
It's like taking an Ensure. Drinking an Ensure. Yeah, no.
I'm not about like girls swallowing. Like, I'm not like they have to do it.
Wherever they're willing to have my cum around them.
Yeah.
If it's even just on like a stool next to them, I'm like, thank you. My cum is honored.
Yeah, as long as they like just do something.
Would you worry about like people taking like your DNA from your cum and your sperm and impregnating themselves?
I've thought about that.
Yeah. If I were a guy, I'd worry about just leaving it everywhere.
Tom Likas would always say that you should put Tabasco sauce in your condoms afterwards, just so you can like guarantee that they don't take it later.
He was
'Cause
such
I
a
have
bag.
a friend-
Who has, by the way, the bottle of Tabasco right near the bedside? Like, and that doesn't look like anything. No, don't worry about
you
this.
do it secretly in the bathroom or something, you know.
I have a friend that took it, and I told her how to do a love spell. And
What is
she
that?
did the candle and wrote his name on the candle and put the semen on it and burned the candle.
No, what are you talking
That's
about?
a
We
thing.
don't know this. Don't act like.
What is that? Have you ever heard?
No, I don't know the smell. Is the smell of burning cum like burning hair?
Is
I
this
wasn't
only during
there.
Valentine's or something?
We
Or-
looked up a spell for love spell.
and this was supposed to get him to like,
Always be
Be-
into her.
and did it work?
He was into her for a long time.
Yeah.
Even when she wasn't. I said,
But he was
be
confused.
careful what you wish for.
He's like, why does it smell like my burning cum in here? But okay.
What was the spell again? Okay, run it through.
You could use like,
Eye of
body
newt.
like hair or
I have newt.
semen.
A salamander's tongue.
I know. A candle, red, and then she wrote like all the qualities of him and like and his name.
Where did she get this?
Well, there's stores, witch stores, and Eye of the Cat in Long Beach.
Got it.
Yeah, Points of Light in Long
Sweet.
Beach. Long Beach, pretty much. And then there's some oils you can dress the candle with, and then you put the cum on there and you light it. And
Are you like a 50 Shades of Grey type of
no.
fan?
No.
No.
I like the nail polish, though. They have Embrace the Gray.
What?
Yeah, it's from OPI. They did a whole 50 Shades of Grey
That's
line.
the least interesting association with 50 Shades of Grey. Is the nail polish. I like the nail polish. They have a good decorative hat.
I really enjoyed the money he had on the movie.
Of
in the
course.
movie.
Didn't
Yeah.
see the movie. I heard the movie was way tamer than the book.
I would
Yeah.
assume so, yeah.
I think in the movie, because I
do get to see-
fast forwarded through it. I think he just ends up just like patting her on the bottom, and then everyone's like, "Oh my God! Oh
Really?
Jesus!"
I
There.
didn't see it.
Not
yeah.
much of the
BDSM
Red
type.
Room, for sure.
Red Brown. Yeah.
But
Red-
you do get
what?
to see her
Brown.
titties a lot, so that's
Oh, you do?
that's tight.
That's nice. Yeah.
If I want to see, bondage and titties,
You just go to the internet. You
Yeah.
don't need your movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's-
didn't need the
it's-
story.
Don Johnson's daughter, the guy from Miami
Oh.
Vice,
Yeah.
Dakota Johnson.
That's Melanie Griffith's
Yeah,
daughter also.
yeah. Melanie Griffith, she was a hot
Where were you?
commodity.
I thought you were.
I do like seeing, 6 degrees of separation of tits of someone. Like, those Don Johnson made those tits. Like,
What actress would you like to see naked?
Whew. Wow.
That
Wow. Now,
obviously
this
you
is an
haven't
amazing
seen
question.
naked.
This is an amazing question.
Which
Yeah, actually.
one Harvey Weinstein hasn't?
Oh, right, yeah. Which is probably nobody.
Yeah.
You know who's, God, Ariel Winter is hot right now.
Yeah.
Would love to see her. She started
Wow,
as
you and me are on like the same wavelength,
I don't know
man.
who she is.
she was on Modern
She's on
Family.
Modern Family,
She
yeah.
started as the ugly,
Duckling, yeah.
Oh, the middle
ugly
child?
daughter
She was like
on.
7.
middle
when
child?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't.
She started
seen her
as the
lately.
ugly one, and then she got way hotter than the hot one. The hot one
Really?
became a troll next to her.
Sarah
Yes.
Hyland or whatever.
I don't
Yeah,
know what
Sarah
her name is.
Hyland.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
And not only that, Ariel Winter
hot, too.
also had breast reduction
A
surgery,
reduction.
but they're still massive.
She went from like
massive.
her reduction went to a double D.
Jesus.
So it's like,
Christmas.
what were they before?
Oh God. Oh.
And she was only like 17, and like, yeah, she's.
And on the show, they had to hide her gigantic tits.
Do you follow
so every
her on
scene
Instagram?
on Snapchat.
Yeah.
So every scene on Modern Family, she's just wearing like a super baggy sweater, like she's trying to hide a pregnancy, but she's these massive,
Jugs.
I haven't
massive
watched it.
twins. Come on,
Watch
we're doing
it.
it. We're
I
watching
haven't
it.
watched it. in
Just
so
for the
long.
titties.
I am
Just
gonna
for the
tune
titties.
in. What's her
Obvious-
name? Winter.
Ariel Winter, and of
Ariel
course,
Winter.
yeah, we have Sofia Vergara. She has a nice set of.
Oh my God.
yeah, and she hasn't
that's
shown them either.
that's a woman who never aged.
She's like
never.
the white whale.
She.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I think she's maybe in her like 40s or something, but she
Yeah,
looks.
her son
she's
is,
banging.
amazing.
I think,
Oh, she's
older than my
amazing.
son.
Let's hope.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I would like to see her tits for sure. And Ariel Winters, like she's begging to like show them off. Like she's so waiting. Like it's just got to be the right price. Like it's got to be like the
Well,
right.
there's no Playboy anymore, right?
No, but there are those venues still. Like what was that one that like Kim Kardashian did? That was like
I want to be a famous whore.
No, that Paris, like one with the champagne that was like going over
Oh,
her
yeah.
ass or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was called something, but inside the magazine it showed her titties and stuff. Like it was a
Oh.
full like spread.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are we? How are we on time? I know we lost Robert.
We're at an hour and a half.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah.
Just talking and talking.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Okay.
wrap
right.
it up.
All right. Well, do you want to? All right. Thank Daryl. Yay, my other brother Daryl.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes.
Your podcasts are.
This Comics Life and You're Such a Sex in the City podcast
With previous guest April Lotshaw.
April Lotshaw, and she didn't even promote it. That bitch.
That bitch.
No.
Yeah. What the
She knew it was hot enough. It was going to get its own
I
legs.
know,
She didn't even
I
need to
know.
promote
Next
it.
time I see her, I'm gonna say something.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like smack, smack, smack.
I know. You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
You should definitely hit her.
She might like it though. And I will be doing a paid gig this Saturday. Very exciting. It's a birthday party for somebody. Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
Japanese
cool.
businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japanese.
Gotta go
if
butt
I'm
to
never
butt.
seen again,
Me love you long time.
I am now a sex slave that does comedy.
Fantastic. Follow me on Twitter, at Brandon Jetty on Twitter. I'm also doing a show on Saturday, unpaid. I don't know where. It's somewhere in Long Beach. So
Harvell's?
that's a thing. No, not Harvell's.
I'm gonna
some other
drive
guy.
by with my money I've made and go.
Like a house party?
Not a house party. I don't know where it is, honestly.
Yeah, you should.
No, not Blacklight. I don't know where it is.
I'm gonna make it rain on them with my comedy money.
Awesome.
$10.
I would love to see like a comic have it made like just rain on them.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Somebody just
Oh,
go,
yes.
man, you're so funny.
Ah, that is what we all want. Anybody that's rich out there and loves comedians.
Yeah, make it rain for comedians.
We'll do whatever. Okay.
And then I think possibly next Thursday I'm at the Hub in Costa Mesa, which is also be a week from now. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah. Jamie, what do you got? Plug your
Producer
anything. Plug your
Jamie.
anything.
Okay.
Jamie.
You guys can find me on Instagram as Jamie S. Fug. That's JAIMEASFUG.
Do it.
Cool.
Yay. Erin Hart
Yay.
Comic and Instagram. Okay, thank you.
And scene.